The rugby league world is waiting with bated breath to see if at long last Wigan's stranglehold on the trophies can be broken here at Ellen Road, Leeds, today, as Bradford Northern take on Wigan in the final of the Regal Trophy. But doughty cup fighters Wigan, the kings of the cups, will not relinquish their crown easily. In the last two meetings of these teams, Wigan amassed a tremendous number of points, beating Bradford in the semi-final of the Challenge Cup by 71 points to 10 and thrashing them at Central Park by 50 points to 8. But this season Bradford Northern are a considerably different team and are having a very good run and a battle away to the final, and this afternoon will give Wigan one tremendous struggle. The Wigan team back to form last week when they beat Hull in the preliminary round of the Challenge Cup are still suffering from injuries and suspensions, both their props missing, Skerrett under suspension and Ian Lucas suffering from a neck injury. But even so, the replacements in the front row, Cowie and Platt, who's reckoned to be the best forward in English rugby at the moment, will be a handful for Bradford Northern. Young Robinson is playing in his first final out on the wing. Wigan, switching over the half-backs, have decided that Botica will be at stand-off and Sean Edwards at scrum-half. Botica hoping that today he will complete his collection, a full collection of medals, and Sean Edwards, who must have a room full of medals. Bradford, a formidable team, very strong in the forwards, with the new £140,000 signing this season of Derek Fox, will give Wigan a stern test this afternoon. Very strong in the forwards, strong in the centre, so this afternoon all is set for a great final between these two good teams, Bradford and Wigan. And so, Wigan having won the toss, it will be Bradford Northern, coached by one of the best coaches in English rugby, Peter Fox, to face Wigan, coached by the great down-under coach John Money. It will be Bradford from left to right to set this final in motion. Pitch very, very heavy. Conditions bad as Wigan get the first touch of the ball. Billy McGinty charging forward, meets heavy tackling. This is going to be turned stuffed off among the forwards of Wigan. Bring it away well, a good 10 metres gain from the acting half-back. Strong, nasty win this afternoon as Wigan, still with the ball, tight in the forwards, have come from their own try line to the 30-metre line, and it's still tight in the forwards as Wigan try to make the way through, and a crunching tackle bangs Wigan down. Referee for this afternoon, Holdsworth, John Holdsworth of Kippax. Wigan losing the ball in the tackling coming in extremely hard and tough, and I've no doubt it's going to be really bruising among these two sets of forwards. Ball's hanging in the pack, Fox moves it across, and trouble in the forward straight away. Referee giving a penalty, but already forwards sorting themselves out, sorting each other out as the scrum broke up. Mr. Holdsworth of Kippax running across the field to where there was an offside decision. Referee both touch judges came running on, sorted out the melee. John Holdsworth having a long word with the touch judge on the far side. Players looking anxiously to see what's going to be said. Are we going to have anybody off? And it's a penalty to Wigan. Touch judge intervention as Wigan came through, not happy with what happened as they were coming through, and so the first kick for touch, penalty kick, is Wigan's. Sure kick, finds touch, 10 yards, inside Northern's half. Wigan still in possession with the 6 tackles to come. Northern line up very flat, nearly an intercept there as Wigan lobbed that ball across the field. Northern are coming out onto them very quickly, and Wigan keeping the ball tight round the play the ball. It's one man at a time rugby at the moment as he tried to settle down to Edwards. Edwards trying to get the line moving on to Bell. Bell turning inside, is well tattled just short of the 20-metre line. Dennis Betts going through from acting half-back, fights his way forward, a good 3 metres, goes down in the 5th tattle. Wigan gonna have a ploy as it comes to Edwards. Edwards holding it, throws a pass out that's gone loose, and it comes to Northern, and Northern have possession. The Wigan player flat out in the 20-metre area. Northern now going to have to battle the way forward, coming away strongly. Wigan player still on the floor, and that's tremendous clearing play. Northern going to play it hard in the forwards, I would imagine. That's where the strength is. And Wigan penalised in the tattle. And so it's 1 penalty each. Right in the middle of the field. Touch, judge marks it. 7 or 8 yards just short of the halfway line. Philip Clark limping as he comes back into the play, and here come the Bradford heavyweights. The Tanks barging the way over the halfway line, and there's a lost ball. That should be Wigan's. Forward coming through, couldn't take it cleanly. Back to 1 as Wigan move it out, trying to get it out to the Sophia wing. Bottiker trying to go down the middle, makes a little jink, a little break. Dennis Betts coming over to acting half-back. Batts going on his own. Tremendous run by Dennis Betts, gained a lot of ground. Edwards up to acting half-back. Edwards having a run himself, in a break, and then he's gone for the line, and they couldn't get with him. That was a lovely break by Edwards there, cut through beautifully, and it's Wigan hot on the attack as they move it wide out to the left, trying to crash the way forward, but the Northern defence holding very, very solid. A quick play the ball, Edwards. Kick over towards the wing, and they're underneath it. The ball's gone loose, and it's Northern who have possession. 5 metres out. That ball hung in the air in the wind. Players having to come back 9-10 metres now, giving the people with the ball a little more space. And Wigan quickly round up to play the ball. Did enough to take the acting half back. And this is very tense and torrid. A bit of a fumble behind the play the ball. Referee lets it go, said the ball went backwards as Northern grovelled away out of their own 20 metres. Now moving the ball across the field, coming onto it very hard and strong. That's good forward play and a quick play the ball. Northern now moving it out onto the left wing, and Wigan are in quickly trying to push them over the touchline, but they managed to stay in play, and that's 5 tackles gone. Poor play the ball, it's lobbed inside. Kicks been charged down. Oh, they had an open line, his ankles were tapped from behind. Wigan almost through then. Quick charge down by Wigan now, trying to force the way over, and it's all Wigan in these opening minutes doing the attacking. Down on the 20-metre line, Wigan trying to crash the way forward, and defence desperately tackling. A fire's come up behind the play the ball, moves it inside. Dennis Betts running strongly, goes down 10 metres out, almost in front of the post. Edwards holding it, short pass. Wigan still trying to crash the way through, go down in the 5th tackle. On to Edwards. Edwards a long pass. Wigan held, can't get the final one. It goes out to Robinson. Robinson on his feet. Referee said it's back to 1. Wigan still hot on the attack as Wigan regain possession. Wigan driving hard at the line, and they held a metre short. Well, Wigan and Northern look yards offside there. The ball's long pass. Wigan forced back into the middle. Betts still going, feet taken from under him, gets up again, keeping the ball moving. Ball's on the floor, comes back. Northern's read that very well, came out quickly, came out hard, buried the Wigan attackers. But Wigan piling on a lot of pressure. Bodiger going back inside, dancing, jinking his way, still on his feet, keeping the ball moving. And good tackling, but Wigan forcing the way back again up to the 20-metre line. All this tackling going to tell its toll eventually as Edwards makes a break, going for the line, and he couldn't get his pass out. Looking a real menace this afternoon. Wigan moving it out to the right, put in a little grubber kick, and the caught in the end goal area. Going to be referee having a close look at it. Wigan coming back. It's probably, I don't know, it's a penalty given in the tackle. I think the referee's awarded a penalty to Bradford Northern right on their own try line. Wigan were following the kick through. Referee stopping the clock. Well, Wigan have had a tremendous period of pressure. Northern hardly been out of their own 20-metre area, but we saw this with Castleford. Castleford attacked, and then eventually it was Northern who scored. So it's a tap inside the 20 metres. Powell forcing his way forward, Powell having moved up into the front row. Short pass, they play the ball, coming onto it hard. Wigan going in, hunting as a pack, holding them there, very little ground being gained, and Wigan penalised it to play the ball. Referee not out, wanting them further back. Oh, this should bring a bit of relief to Northern, who've defended well. Wigan have thrown everything but the kitchen sink at them. And the substitution being made. And Clark, who got hurt earlier on, has gone off. Panop and Lydon of the Wigan subs. Can't quite see at the moment who came on. And it's Northern on the halfway line, and Wigan hitting them hard. Well, that'll be a blow to Wigan, losing Philip Clark. He got a badly injured, looked like a leg earlier on, and here comes Wigan coming in hard. Can't put the men down. That determined, powerful running. Northern now moving the ball across field, a long lob pass. Wigan cover across, stitch it up as they looked in the gap, but the Wigan right wing covered well. Simpson coming through well from acting half back, and now Northern are in a good attacking position here. They go, ball's been dropped, Wigan pick it up. Loose play by Northern, bad handling. That's twice the forwards have made a mistake. Wigan coming away well from the play the ball, a good 10 yards of ground gained. And Dermott coming up, he has Edwards very close, doesn't give it to Edwards, and the referee says it was a forward pass. Wigan not happy with that, keeping it very close. They were very close to the acting half back, and the Wigan trainer is on the field again. And it should be Fox. It's Powell who's been receiving treatment. Fox to feed. Fox gets it out to Summers. Summers holding it, jumping with it. Nearly makes a break. Wigan hang on to him and bury him. McGowan from behind the play of the ball. Bradford keeping the ball moving well. There's a gap down the middle, and Wigan stitch it up. And this is torrid football, coming away well from behind the play of the ball. A lot of space in which to move. Northern coming up. Fox the prompter. Fox going acting half back. Now he's moved out into the general play, but he's not. It's tight among the forwards. They come charging at the Wigan line, trying to keep the ball moving, and they're in. Referee says forward pass as they were going over the line. Bit of a let-off for Wigan. That was a nice move there among the forwards. Nicely slipped pass, and Wigan under a lot of pressure at that moment there, back in their own 20-metre zone. And the game held up for attention again. Players, the ferocity of the tackling taking its toll on these players. Clark off injured. Powell needing attention. Botica now needing attention. Botica, Wigan scoring machine, back on his feet. Edwards feeds, it shoots out the Wigan side. Wigan passing the ball dangerously in their own 20-metre area. Hampson linking up with the Wigan, trying to bring it away from behind the play the ball, clearing the 20-metre line. Oh, great running by Wigan, tremendous play almost up to the halfway line. Quick play the ball, Wigan going through well, keeping it going, they can't keep it out to see. And they're still going up the 20-metre line. Fire, turning and twisting, gets rid of the ball. Wigan turning it on, with a big overlap out on the right if he can keep it going. And the tackling is sound and solid. And Wigan are held up, but Wigan would not die with that ball then. And once again, they're back on in the northern 20-metre area. And one wonders how long they can stand this relentless attacking as Wigan switch direction, back out the right wing, lit a high one, near the try line, beautifully jumped and taken by the fullback. Came in well then, now it's Northern in possession. And this is the most exciting cup final, and that's lovely tackling, one low, one upstairs, and player buried with the ball. Coming away well from acting half-back, and that's a crunching tackle. Northern coming away well, trying to dummy the way through. Wigan not buying it. 5 tackles gone. Hampson's retreating. It's flung back for the kick. There it comes. Hampson watching it carefully, takes it beautifully, 20 metres out. Lovely handler of a ball, sidesteps his way inside, he's still going over the halfway line. Good run by Hampson. Dermot coming over, little bit harassed behind the play of the ball. Wigan going down the middle. Wigan going down the middle again. Northern creeping into the Wigan line now, trying to stop the ball getting out to a fire on this wing. And it's out to the left, they come again. On to Dennis Betts. Betts trying to force his way forward. Tight from behind the play of the ball. Wigan still struggling. Dermot comes over. On to Edwards. Edwards holding it. Short pass. Wigan trying to crash the way through, have lost possession. Referee says play on as it goes to Northern. Wigan lost the ball in the tattle. Northern trying to bring it away, 10 metres out. Wigan move up into the line out, forcing them back into the middle. Acting half-back, a good 7 or 8 metres, clears his 20-metre line, coming away well from behind the play of the ball, coming away quickly and smartly. Long loping pass out to the left centre, can't get it out to Simpson. Anderson caught in possession, still just outside the 20-metre, short pass to the forward, turns it well inside. Northern keeping the ball moving well. 5 tackles gone as Simpson comes up behind the play of the ball, lobs it across, kick behind the defence. Hampson's there, doesn't trap it cleanly, takes it the second attempt. Hands it on. Robinson so hard to tackle. Hampson coming up to acting half-back. Lobs it inside. Defence is on top so far in this game. Wigan lying very close at the play of the ball. The first pass is a very short one. Edwards trying to go down the middle, puts his head in, trying to bore his way through as Dermot comes up from behind the play of the ball. Dermot, short one. Wigan playing it tight in the forwards, remorselessly forcing the way down the field, die with it in the 5th tackle. On to Edwards, Edwards for the kick, hoists a high one. Watson no, it's not Watson. And he's missed by Martin. Wigan should score here, they keep in play, but he rolls into touch. And the touch judge is signalling that it's Wigan's put in. Well, that was a bad take there. Marchant couldn't take it cleanly. Ball rolled away from him. And it's Edwards to put it in, 10 metres out. Edwards' ball out to Botica, to Hampson. Hampson running at them, trying to run through them, but good tackling puts him down. Edwards handing it on. Wigan tried to go without the ball and lost it. Little bit of over-eagerness there. Lapse in handling. Northern still in their own 20-metre area. They're having to work terribly hard this afternoon. Coming cross-field and nothing gained. They run right back almost to the last play of the ball. Coming around the narrow side. Good tackling by Wigan. Good, sound, solid, safe tackling. Long lob pass, that's open the Wigan defence. They go across and the gaps appeared as they streak towards the Wigan line. Great running by Bradford. And the cut out there, but that was a lovely break by Bradford. And they're hot on the attack here to move the ball across. Gaps opened up, Wigan's desperate here as it's all at Northern at the moment. Wigan still backpedaling as they try to go through from the play the ball, stretching it out onto the Simpson wing, and the Wigan defence has had time to regroup. And the referee says that's the last tackle. Wigan to bring it away, and they are bringing it away well from behind the play the ball. Well, that was a lovely clean break by Bradford there, really menacing after all Wigan's hard work. And now Bell gaining valuable yards of ground as Dermott comes up. Dermott from behind the play the ball onto Betts. Betts powering his way forward to McGinty. Billy McGinty straightening up. Meets these big, hefty, powerful forwards. Wigan going through from the play the ball. Keeping the moment, it's been dropped. Referee says it went back. Wigan's handling suspect a little, and once again they made a mess of it. Referee says play on as Edwards puts his kick in at the second attempt. Watson going back for it. And good solid tackling, but he's managed to stay in play. Once again Bradford back. Oh, break almost on. They're coming onto the ball well, the Northern pack. Handling difficult this afternoon in this wind. Ball's been dropped. Hampson picks it up. Can he keep it moving? Looking for support. Wigan going down the middle. The cover is there, both sides losing possession at vital moments. Wigan now from behind the play the ball, playing it safe. And this is going to be no 70 points run away. Dermott whips it back inside onto Betts. Betts decides he's going to go down the middle. Wigan going out wide. Wigan had the bulk of territory, but no points on the board yet as Edwards tries to go through on his own. Ball's loose, and it's Northern who get it. Wigan lost the ball again in the tattle. This game going from side to side, ebbing and flowing. Players are losing possession. Northern on their own 20-metre line. And there's no quarter being asked for and none given as the two sides are playing real cup final stuff. It turned nicely inside back to Powell. Now arms go round him and lock him and he can't get shot. But Northern playing good football this afternoon, and there comes the kick. A long one. It's going to roll over the dead ball line. Hampson shepherds it, doesn't go, he has to run it out. It stopped inches off the dead ball line. Hampson almost up to the 20-metre line. Afaya's with him. Afaya moves it inside, doing the run around, back to Afaya. Afaya trying to go down the middle. It's put down on Wigan's 20-metre line. Wigan bringing it away from Acton, half-back, coming well down the field. And Edwards is lined very, very flat, but it's not him who gets it. And that's a crunching tackle. That was a determined tackle as they came in hard, and Wigan still meeting them, trying to come down the middle of the field, almost up to the halfway line. Die with it on the fifth tackle, flung back to Edwards. Edwards puts a kick through in the cross field, but Watson's coming across for it, and it bounces nicely for him. The Wigan line of defenders is up there. Watson gets away from them well. He ran across field, he broke through beautifully, and that's a high tackle. Wigan have got away, he's still going. The ball's loose and Wigan get the possession. Well, that was a tremendous run. And the referee penalising the high tackle which Wigan made earlier on. Referee played the advantage, and he's taken play back to right in the middle of the field, just inside the northern half, and Wigan paid the price for that height, and that was a tremendous run from Watson at full-back. Glorious run. As we come up to the 25 minutes mark in this first half, and still no score, and it's Northern whose tails must be up now. They're having a good game, they're having a good final. They've not had a lot of territory, but they've made real dents in this Wigan defence, and they've split them very cleanly several times. They'll switch round to play the ball, and Wigan little bit lax, probably missing Philip Clark around to play the balls for the defence. Acting half-back, forcing his way forward, Powell coming over. Northern looking eager to get on with it, and Wigan having a job pulling the men down. There's a lot of force and a lot of drive coming from Northern now in the Wigan 20 metres, and they're trying to batter the way through 10 metres out. Northern hot on the attack now, moving it, switch back into the middle, short pass, Wigan holding on the line. 6 tackles gone, says the referee. Wigan going to have to fight to it. That was great attacking play by Northern. They hammered away at the Wigan line and were held only a metre short. Now Wigan coming away, Robinson having a run from acting half-back, almost up to the 20-metre line, and we've really got a final on our hands as the Wigan forwards battle away. War of attrition here among these forwards as they turn back inside, and Northern giving it all they've got in defence. Wigan finding it difficult to crack them. The Northern defence holding very, very sound, very solid. It comes to Edwards, not a good pass, manages to get his kick in, goes crossfield, rolling away from Marchant. Marchant picks it up, goes crossfield, and is well tattled, beautifully tattled. Wigan are in to take the acting half-back. That's 2 good tackles by Wigan as Northern go back slowly. They're not going back with any enthusiasm, and Wigan have got in 3 quick tackles there. As there were no forwards back, now the ball's lobbed across the field, and Wigan holding Northern down, pinning them back down there. Ball long, wide pass out to Anderson at left centre, and that's 5 tackles gone, and they've not gained an inch. That's been good defensive play by Wigan. Ball's flung back for the kick, hastily taken. Hampson takes it cleanly. He's on his own as he comes up to the halfway line, quite happy to die with it. Quick play the ball out to Robinson. Robinson having a run, running cross field. Feet are taken from under him, he doesn't gain anything at all. Wigan coming round this narrow side, he had to juggle with the ball there. Farah having a problem with it, he's buried. A fire coming up to acting half-back onto McGinty. McGinty using a fire as a foil, doesn't give it back to him, it's gone in. Dermot waiting behind the play the ball. Dermot to Edwards, Edwards holding it. Edwards straightening up, puts his head down and dies with it in the 5th tackle. So Wigan haven't got a tackler on hand, a kicker on hand, and Botica, who decided he's going to hoist a high one, and it looks a very long one, and it's going to go dead. So we're back to the 20-metre zone, back to the 20-metre line. 12 minutes still left in this first half, and the real cracks have come from Northern. Northern made the better gaps, almost on again, and they're still going through. They made the cleaner breaks. Wigan have done the attacking, but have not managed to get points on the board. Northern giving as good as they're getting, if not better. Short pass, Wigan desperately rushing back to try and take the man. Northern coming onto the ball well, moving it well, handling it well. Powell tries to come through. 10 metres inside the Wigan half, right in the middle of the field. Acting half-back, allowed to run a long way before he's put down, and down he goes in the 5th tackle. Nasty kick here for Hampson. It's going over the dead ball line, straight over the dead ball line. Very strong wind blowing here at the moment. I feel it. It's in Northern's favour as Wigan coming away from the tap. Still going. Bradford moving in quickly. Making it hard for Wigan to start off. They're being taken before they can get into the stride. Wigan keeping it close in the middle of the field. It's not reaching the wingmen from passing movements. And forced back into the middle, and it's lobbed. Wigan lucky still to have possession from that. McGinty still taking them with him. Put down in the fifth tackle. Edwards waiting very, very close to the play of the ball. Puts in a little grubber kick there. He's chasing it well. Watson takes it cleanly. Watson coming away again. He's having a tremendous game, and he's still going. Having a great game from fullback. Causing havoc in the Wigan defenders. Northern surge down the field again. Northern moving the ball well across the field and lost a lot of ground there and dropped the ball as they're going down. Fitness could well provide the answer eventually to this game. A fire going across to the middle of the field, hoping to link up. Wigan made a switch of positions here. Hampson's come out onto the wing. A fire's at full back. Ball sticking in the pack. A fire's there in the middle of the field. He takes it, trying to go around them, and his ankles are taken from under him. Great roar from the Northern supporters. Wigan moving it inside. No room to get into their attack. And it's Wigan who are going back a little bit reluctantly, and they shouldn't be. They've got possession and finding it hard to gain territory. Bunch very close in the middle as Dennis Betts decides he can use his strength and his speed. Good tackling by both sides. That's 5 tackles gone as it comes to Edwards. Edwards hoists a high one. It's an awkward bouncing ball. It goes up in the air. Ball's losing its flight, kicking into touch. Well, that ball shot away. Wigan were well under it. It bounced awkwardly for Watson. He not much chance with that. Wigan tried to hack it on, and it skidded off and into touch. And so it will be Fox to feed. 10 metres out from his own line. Fox feeds, and Edwards nails him round the scrum, round very, very quickly. And it's Edwards who's up first. Bottica can't get to his man. There was a good break there by Northern. And a knock-on behind the play of the ball gives Wigan another chance of possession here. They'll be very, very eager to get points on the board just before half-time. And it will be Edwards to feed. Edwards coming round the scrum from the Bradford side, puts it in, it's hanging in the pack to Bottica, but Hampson coming through on the burst. Can Wigan get it moving? And the ball's been intercepted. Wigan couldn't get that final pass out. The gap was made, but Northern regained possession, and now we'll get the attrition stuff as Simpson comes in, almost through. Well, Wigan made the gap there from the scrum, couldn't capitalise on it, and Northern clearing the lines well, bringing it away. And Wigan carrying Northern back. They managed to get the pass in. He didn't put the man down. Northern in their own half, moving the ball well across the line, turn it back into the middle, and playing with real fire in the bellies, Northern now, as they go down in the fifth tackle, kick through. It's going to find touch, finds touch, 5 metres from the corner flag. So the Wigan push back into the, they've not been down here a lot, but when they have come down, Northern have looked menacing. And so Wigan, 10 metres out from their own line, have it all to do now. as we come to about 6-7 minutes from half-time. Edwards to feed. Edwards taking it, holds it, plays it sensibly, giving his team time to recover. Oh, and that was nearly an intercept. Ball was knocked down, so we'll be back to on as Wigan come away well. Referee signals we're back to on as Wigan. Bell coming away strongly. And the referee says it's a knock-on. Crowd groan. Fox with it, on to Simpson, who's linked up. Simpson trying to come through, Wigan hanging on to him. Forwards heaving the way forward, let the ball go, and they've lost a bit of ground. It's back to one, says the referee. Wigan couldn't take that ball as it went up high in the air. Acting half-back, fighting his way forward. And it's all Northern at the moment as they come hammering away, and 10 metres out from the Wigan line. Can Wigan hold it till half-time? They move the ball and there's a big gap there. They go for the line and the ball's been lost and Wigan have it. Referee will give the knock-on, I think, with Wigan to feed. With 10 metres out, and Wigan under a lot of strain at the moment. Be Edwards to feed. I would imagine if he gets it, he'll want to bring it away safely. In go the heads. Edwards with it. Oh, gives a one pass. Wigan 10 metres out. Acting half-back. Good 10 metres, 12 metres gain. Good clearing run. And it's tight in the forwards as they play it safe. They're coming away from the danger zone. Straight down the middle, good running. And again, from behind the play the ball. Cowie turning and twisting, managed to get the ball back inside. The gap appears. Wigan can't get it out to that right wing. And the 5 tackles gone as they take it into the northern half. Edwards with it. Edwards puts a kick in over towards this corner. Watson takes it beautifully. Watson coming hard, having a tremendous game, and Wigan can't put him down. Having a great game at fullback. Wigan forcing them cross-field. Northern still in their own half. Wigan moving up. Feet are taken from under him. Overhead kick. Hampson having to go back for it. Bounces away from him. Awkward ball. He takes it cleanly. Can't get away from the tackler. And Wigan are back on their own try line. Up to... And coming away well from the acting half-back. Great run in by Robinson, and he's made the break. He has support. Wigan turning down the field. Can they get it out to the wing? Going for the line, and they're caught from behind. Well, Robinson set that up beautifully, and a fire's across there. They couldn't get the ball to him. A fire moves it inside, and right on half-time, Wigan going for the line, and they're held 2 yards out, and it's a fire who's up there attacking half-back. Moves it inside. Can Wigan turn it into points? There's a big overlap if they can keep it moving. And they decide they're going to go down the middle. There was a tremendous gap out here on this left wing, but it didn't come. Wigan trying to go from close to the line. Are they going to try a drop goal? They're right underneath the post. Edwards holding it. Edwards puts in the grubber kick, and it's kicked out to Wigan. Wigan should have possession. Back to one. Outside the 20 metres. Onto a fire. Fire with the run, the fire's still going. Hands in, Wigan turn inside. And they're in. They're in. Robinson's in. Right on half time. Set up by a fire. Did extremely well. Edwards caused the damage originally right underneath the post. Put a little grubber kick in. He was almost to it. And in despair, Northern belted the ball out. Wigan picked it up just outside the 20 metres. The fire went beautifully down, and Robinson, who's made a couple of good runs just on half-time, manages to get points on the board for Wigan, and by God, they've had to fight hard for those. Wind is blowing hard into our faces here. In fact, we're very, very high up. We're so high up that they've made us wear builders' helmets. We're having to wear hard hats up here. And they need them out there because it's been a hard game. Botica now scored some great goals this season, comes up, he hits it, he lifts it high, the wind holds it, and it's over! A great kick by Botica, right on the stroke of half-time. Well, that will be a big boost for Wigan. Been a couple of stoppages, so we'll probably have a certain amount of injury time. Northern 0, Wigan 6, and this is no 70 points game. Ball hanging in the air, it's an awkward one. Wigan do well to take it. They'll be happy to hang on to this, I would think, till half-time, and yet you never know with Wigan coming through from acting half-back. Perhaps stick it up the jumpers. Referee having a look, see what's happening in the tattle. Dermot waiting behind to play the ball. Out. Edwards hands it on. Wigan decide to go down the middle. Pitch badly churned up from the soccer that's been played on here. Dermot hands it on round the narrow side, and the Wigan forwards have lost possession. Snatched up by Northern. Back to one, says the referee, as Wigan lost that coming through. And a run from acting half-back. Wigan hold them right on the halfway line. That's two tackles gone. Northern not making much progress at the moment. Wigan holding them right on the halfway line. Nothing gained as they move the ball across the halfway line. Powell coming hard and straight, and that's a good run before he's dragged down. Wigan. And Wigan open the mouth. They're going to get 2 points away here. Referee had penalised Wigan, but I think they'll kick for goal. Chance to pull 2 points back here right on half-time. Wigan were accused of lying on. Referee blew, and somebody opened his mouth. Ill discipline from Wigan could well give Hobbs a chance to pull 2 points back before half-time, and that was a vital lead that Wigan had there, and they made a mistake by losing the ball in the tattle. And from the resultant play, little bit of ill-discipline crept in. Hobbs then slightly to the right of the post, a good kicker of the ball. A lot of noise all the way around the ground, heavily packed at that end, stabs at it, and it's there, 2 points pulled back. Northern 2, Wigan 6, and there goes the hooter for half-time, and that shows you, with seconds to spare, Wigan have given Northern 2 points which they deserve. They played some good football, and Wigan have had territorial advantage, and they probably just deserve to be 4 points in front. Half-time then, Northern 2, Wigan 6. With only 1 point in it, with only 4 points in it then, 1 try difference. Wigan, Hampson kicking off deep into the in-goal area. Wigan wind slightly in the favour of this house. Strong when it's blown very much across the field into our faces here as Northern in the forwards. Having to grope for it from acting half-back, did well to take that and come away with it. Northern going across the halfway line, being forced back into the middle, still on the feet. Shown a lot of determination, they're playing with a lot of fire and a lot of fervour. Hobbs belts it down the field. Good kick by Hobbs, pushes Wigan back. 10 metres into their own half, but it should be Wigan to feed. Players not exactly dashing to get in position for this, as Edwards to feed, and Edwards gets it out. A Fire's coming midfield, can't get it to him, trying to come down the middle. The Fire's still with him, still fighting the way forward, and it's a Fire who's coming right from the wing, from acting half-back, moving it on. Bell charging forward, and we've still got a Fire acting half-back. Going out to his wing, and he of course can't be there as he's already come into the middle. Wigan surging down that left wing, coming onto it purposefully. Out to Edwards, Edwards holding it, passing it behind the forwards. Dermot now trying to get his team moving onto Edwards. Edwards moving it across. Wigan turn it back inside. Bottica hands it on. Wigan forcing the way up, still over the 25 line, go down in the last tattle. Wigan moving it out, little grubber kick put through, been knocked on over the line, and a Fire dives on it. The referee giving it under the post, said it had been made dead, and a Fire was right over on this wing, as a mistake was made in the in-goal area, so they have to give Wigan possession back, but that was almost a try for Wigan. Wigan with it then on the 20-metre line. Battering away at the line, taking them with him, 5 metres out. Edwards waiting first pass, gets it. Wigan moving it along the line, coming hard on the burst. Can't get it moved inside. Wigan crash bang tactics at the moment. Northern sticking up to it well as Dermot comes over. Dermot a long pass. Edwards turns it back inside, and Wigan can't break this defence as they go down in the 5th tattle. Going from the line, back inside. Edwards, can he run? He's over! He's over! Followed it well. His arms look 9 metres long. Short pass from Edwards, took it on the return, and his arm went out, and it looked like a great big crane as he went stretching out over the line. 3 minutes of this half gone. Edwards there as ever, right in the thick of things, makes it now 10 points to 2. Bottica stabs at it, and it's there. 12 points to 2. Wigan with a 10-point lead now. And Anderson and Noble are going off, so we will have Mumby and Clark coming on. Wigan now with a good cushion. 12 points to 2. Wigan got to bring it away now. That will have given them a lot of new heart as they struggled in the first half, and a quick try ball played forward. That's good play as Wigan come tearing away, and another Bradford player down on his knees. Is the strain beginning to tell a bit? Wigan almost up to the halfway line. Wild pass rolls along the floor. Bottica manages to take it. Wigan turning it back inside, fighting the way up. Almost up to that, right in the centre of the pitch. The referee, is he giving the penalty or a scrum? Looks as if Wigan lost it as they were getting up to play the ball. The wind must be very fierce out there, very, very cold, making handling difficult, and it will be Fox. Fox to feed, gets it out, onto Summers. Summers a wide pass. Wigan forcing the attackers back into the middle, back to the defenders as they break up from the scrum. Slow play the ball, he had to go forward to reach it, trying to come hard on attack, and Wigan having none of it. Dean Bell tackling so safely. Ball on. Northern lost a bit of ground there as they moved the ball across the field. It was pretty well anywhere, not too organised as Powell comes surging down the middle. And this game is still torrid out there in the middle. Bradford keeping the ball moving very well, coming up the 20-metre line. Go down in the fifth tackle, but they're playing some good football, Bradford, some attractive football. The ball goes along the line, and Wigan are stretching and get it out to the wing. A fire going across, hanging up to his man, and that's the last tackle. So it'll be a handover. Desperate tackling by Wigan near their own line. Well, Bradford turned and twisted, and they stretched Wigan across the field. Wigan now getting on with the game. But it's Bradford who have the ball. Powell going hard at the Wigan line. All Bradford at the moment as they pile on the pressure. Wigan are being stretched as they come inside. And the Wigan defence, solid as ever, a great defence, except for the game against St Helens. It's holding at the moment, the ball's lobbed, and there's a big overlap, but the ball rolls along the ground. And Bradford have lost a lot of territory there. They're still in possession on the 20-metre line, trying to force it hard down that right wing, kick behind the defence. And it's touching goal and under the post. Hampson having to bang it over the touchline, so Wigan having to give it out and give it back. And it looks as if Lydon is coming on for a fire, I think it is, who's hurt. A fire having to go off, Lydon coming on to the left wing. Holding his shoulder again. Oh, Wigan without a fire. Great cheer goes up from the non-Wigan spectators as a fire goes off once more, holding this damaged shoulder of his. Wigan drop out, try a deep one, up to the halfway line, taken cleanly. Wigan having to withstand another battering of 6 tackles. Northern coming onto it close, fighting the way for every inch. One man at a time, they kept that moving well. Wigan coming in, hunting together, encircling them, forcing them down to the ground. Northern keeping it, balls loose. Referee says it's Wigan's ball on their own 20-metre line. Bit of slack play by Northern there. Wigan will probably steady it down here. Coming away well from that play the ball. Edwards waiting first pass, and it's Edwards who gets it, handing it on safely. Wigan still fighting for every inch, pushing the way forward. Billy McGinty coming away, Dermot moving it on, handing it on well. Onto Robinson, he's fouled as he gets it. Good clean tackle. Bell moving it inside, high up and under. Oh, that's an awkward one. As Lydon taken, they can't take it cleanly, and he's pulled down. Ball's in the in-goal area. And referee deciding that a handover as Wigan had knocked the ball forward, giving the ground. Wigan all at 6s and 7s on the far wing. They're all over on this side of the field. Nobody out on the left wing, and that's the way the ball's going. That's the way the attack's going, as they're stretching Wigan. And Wigan managed to hold them in time. And now the defence is regrouped. Northern moving the ball and finding it difficult to make any sort of forward progress at all at the moment. It comes out to Fox. Fox handing it on. Wigan moving in, taking the man and ball. Acting half-back, a lot of space in which to move, turns it back into the middle, and a crunching tackle puts them down in the last one as Fox comes over. Fox hands it on. Hobbs putting the kick in. Wigan going back, it's going to push them into the own 20-metre zone. That was a good tactical kick. A lot of power in this Northern pack as they get down. They could well push Wigan off the ball. Wigan not got the usual number 8 Cowie, a good forward. He's had some good games this season, but Wigan missing Lucas and Scarrett from the front row. They put Edwards back to scrum half, and I think this is partly for the feeding rather than Botica. He gets it out. Wigan would probably keep it tight here from the scrum, right in front of their own posts. Dancing the way out of the 25. Coming round the narrow side. Ball safe, tucked up the jumper. Martin Dermott coming away well from behind the play. The ball gives a dummy. Home wonders by Tattle. Nearly had his head taken off there. Martin Dermott flat on the floor. Wigan trainer with him. Wigan take a quick tap penalty, running it out. Joe Lydon, a big game man. Platt surging forward, terribly hard to hold. Dennis Betts is up there and he's having a go now. Ankles are taken. There was support with him, but he couldn't get it out. Wigan moving inside, and the Wigan forwards playing this game very hard and very safe into the 20-metre zone. Wigan nobody out on the left wing. They move it to the right as Edwards turns it inside. Botica goes down. 5th tackle. Nobody to take a drop kick. Wigan moving it out. Long pass, and the Courtin lost the possession. Been taken off him. Northern with it then. Wigan pedalling across, they turn it back inside. Fortunate for Wigan, they're very, very light out on the left wing. Northern decide they're going to come down the middle, and Powell, they can't get him down. Good running. Fox handing it on. Wigan move in. Smother them there as they come in from the left wing. Northern coming down the middle, well tackled in the 5th tackle, almost up to the halfway line. That's it, a Wigan player. Ball's coming back to Wigan. Wigan got the possession. Referee lets it go as Wigan handed on, and that's a crunching tackle, but Wigan still have possession. Northern coming in quickly, a great roll goes from the crowd. The ball's kicked through at the play of the ball. That should be back to 1 as Hampson runs it out. And Wigan looking a little bit daisical at the moment. They come down the middle now. They're not too organised at the moment. Withstood an awful lot of hammering there. Billy McGinty gains a lot of precious yards. Wigan moving it out, back down the middle, the gap's there, and it's sealed. Almost through then. Wigan still persisting down this right wing. Dennis Betts going back down the middle, can't get rid of the ball, goes down in the 5th tackle on the 20-metre line. Edwards puts a little grubber kick in, up quickly, takes his man. Puts Wigan now in a sound attacking position, but Northern are coming away well from behind to play the ball. Northern then 10 metres, 12 metres out. And this game is still hard and fast and furious. Hampson line right up now, he's starting to retreat. as the ball spread across the field. Robinson comes in well, and he's hurt in the... No, it wasn't Robinson, the Wigan player hurt in the tackle. Robinson hurt as he came infield there. He's flat out. Wigan with both the substitutes on. Could well be reduced to 12 men as the kick comes behind the Wigan defence. It's knocked down and taken cleanly. Wigan stretching it across the field now. Going down. And Wigan going for the line. And the caught from behind, but that was a great surging run. Wigan hot on the attack. Referee saying play it quickly as Wigan now going hard at the line. Well, that was desperate last-ditch tackling stuff. Great cover. Wigan now hot on the attack. Good attacking position. It comes to Edwards doing the run around. Wigan still trying to do it the hard way. Trying to crash the way through. Trying to go through from the play the ball. And they're held right underneath the posts. Well, this could be the nail in the coffin if Wigan can score here. And they can't get the ball out. Last tackle gone. Are they going to try a drop goal? Flung back. Drop goal taken. And it's there. Hampson drops a goal. 13 points to 2. Very important one, that. Stretches Wigan lead to 11 points. Almost halfway through this second half. Well, the pressure paid off eventually. Hampson well lined up for that kick, an important kick. Perhaps Wigan's fitness could tell at the end. Bradford not yielding at all. Betts keeping it moving. Wigan held there, some good tackling going on. And I think Summers is going off as the ball goes to Edwards. Edwards stabs at that because there's a strong wind now there. It comes to Watson. Watson, who's played so well, gets away, gets out of a tackle. He's having a great game. He's still going, still on his feet. Well, that was a great run by Watson. The Wigan line went up, but they couldn't take him. And he's had a tremendous game at full-back. Ball tucked up the jumpers. Wigan, ball's gone loose. That should be Wigan's. Getting it moving out to the left. This side they're going to come down the middle, and they're buried. And there'll be a lot of bruised bodies tomorrow. This has been a hard, tough game of rugby. A clean game, a very clean game. Wigan coming through from acting half-back. Nearly all the game been played in and around this northern 20-metre zone. Wigan so well organised as Dennis Betts taking them with him, still on his feet. Wigan moving it across, going tight, the ball's on the floor. And it's Northern who come up with it. A stray pass from Wigan. Wigan holding Northern down at this that end, the northern end of the ground. Wigan with an 11 points lead. Northern go back to where the last, and that was rather ineffective play. Ball's been dropped. The referee says it's gone back. Wigan coming in hard, the gap's there, they turn it inside. And the throw, Edwards covering back. Can't take his man, that's great running by Northern. Eventually they have to go down, but they came well down the middle. The referee gives a penalty and it's taken quickly. Robinson coming up to take Simpson, but it's another 6 tackles for Northern. Wigan having to defend hard, taking its toll, take a lot out of them all, this defending, as these big forwards compare, and they've dropped it, and Wigan have it. Bell grateful to get that. Wigan will now probably bring it away, running towards the touchline. Wigan gaining precious yards of ground. Dermott. Wide pass from Dermott, spread them wide open, Wigan going through, couldn't get, they were backed up, couldn't get the pass in. Oh, and that's hard running, that's powerful prop play. Edwards surging forward, Wigan taking them on. Slipped by Cowie very nicely onto Edwards. Edwards turning it back down the middle. Wigan ducking under the tackles, keeping the support going. Ball's high in the air. Line Nuazi going for the line, coming inside, fighting his way forward. 5 tackles gone, says the referee. Onto Edwards. Edwards, a long pass, and the referee giving an obstruction. Going through without the ball. Bit of relief there for Northern. About 15 minutes of the game left. Clock is on 63 minutes, so we've 17 minutes still to go. Northern on their own 20-metre line, forward still playing it hard. Wigan pushing them laterally, pushing them across the field. No ground being gained at the moment as Wigan come up. They're being pushed away, but they're quite happy to move Northern. Northern not gaining any ground at all there. Handing it on, Wigan coming in to smother them, making sure the ball isn't slipped, and we're still just outside the Northern 20-metre line. Fox handing it on, wide pass, turning them back inside, Wigan funneling them back in. 5 tackles gone, hardly an inch of ground being gained, as it's lined up for Hobbs. Hobbs takes the kick. Hampson going across for it, takes it well. Hampson running it out, coming in field. Wigan still keeping it going, onto Cowie. Wigan playing good football now, rampaging football, still on the feet, looking to keep it moving. Edwards, and that was great play by Wigan, well set up by Hampson from the full-back position, and he's up there again. Going through him, kind of moving from acting half-back. Wigan driving hard and straight. Wigan on top at the moment as Hampson moves it inside. Cowie can't get rid of the ball. Wigan coming out to the right, short pass. Bad pass for Robinson, can't keep it in play. He's at loose forward, isn't he? Bell is at loose forward at the moment for Wigan. We have Joe Lydon at right centre. Ball shoots out of the pack. Edwards is up there quickly to hang on to his man. He came round the pack like grease lightning. Wigan coming onto the acting half-back, holding them right on the try line. Looking a bit frustrated, Bradford. They've dropped the ball. That should be Wigan's. What's he going to give? He's going to give the scrum. I wonder who's going to get the put in. Edwards has the ball. The referee want him exactly on the spot where he said it happened. Forwards on the job, it's out to Wigan. Edwards to Bell, who's broken away. Bell holding it, Bell trying to crash his way through. Bell having gone to loose forward. Wigan holding it, changing direction, back into the pack. Little kick through at the play of the ball. Referee not happy with what was going on at the play of the ball. And Summers is coming back on the field, and it looks as if Wigan could well have a penalty right underneath the post. Referee reading a long riot act, didn't like what was going on at the play of the ball. And it looks as if more substitutions are going to be taking place on the Bradford side. Fox and Hobbs going off, that must be a blow for Bradford. And Botica, an easy kick to take, 13 points to 2 in front. The Northern defence has stuck to the task very well, but Wigan been giving them a bit of a run around in this second half. And it looks as if Wigan could be well on the way to another Grand Slam Lancashire Cup on the sideboard. 13 points to 2 in this, the Regal Trophy final. A hard programme ahead of them. 3 matches behind St Helens which have to be played and fitted in somehow. And the sevens, Botica comes up, stabs at it, and it's there, 15 points to 2. And that leaves Bradford with an almost impossible task. As Wigan once more in possession. Hampson running wide, straightens up, going down the middle, looking for support. Getting away from the touchline, brings the ball back inside. Botica, feet go from under him. Wigan forwards playing right on top at the moment. Playing it very sound way, no risk being taken, nothing fancy. Bell flicks it out. Wigan surging down onto Robinson. Robinson puts the kick in, Lydon's there chasing it. Watson takes it and he goes over into the in-goal area. Joe Lydon following that intelligent kick of Robinson's. And so Northern are going to have to drop out. Wigan with a chance of another 6 tackles in the attack. Billy McGinty coming over to the play of the ball, having a run from Maxine half-back. Feet are tapped from underneath him. Edwards waiting at first pass. Dermot gives it to Edwards. Edwards handing it on. Wigan turn it back inside. Wigan now using the strength and the power. A go down 5 yards out. This is the time when good teams hammer it home. Betts trying to get over from close to the line. Wigan right on the Northern line now. Not too easy from there. Moving it out well. And finding it out to crack over. Wigan stretching it now. Little grubber kick is in. And it's touch and goal, so we're back to the 20-metre line. Northern ready to take it quickly, getting the game moving. And it's been dropped and knocked forward. Wigan have the possession, made a mess of it there on their own 20-metre line from the tap out. And their hearts must be sinking as Wigan now showing the class and their ability. Well organised team. The singing starting round the ground. Wigan spectators happy. Another cup in the bag as a long pass goes out. Wigan still keeping the ball moving. Cowie taking it into the 20-metre, and it's all the players down at this end. And the referee says he dropped it. So it will be Northern to feed. Balls out to Northern. Hampson coming up into the defence, joining in along with Botica. And Northern really been pinned down in this second half. Couple of sporadic breaks, but apart from that, they've never really hammered at the Wigan line for any length of time. Wigan defence have been well organised and played well together, knowing what they were doing. As Powell, who's had a good hard game, right in the middle of the field. Northern keeping it alive. 5 tackles gone for Northern. Kick through, his charge down, ball's loose on the ground. The referee going to wave it on. I think Wigan really had a chance of getting possession then. Bounced off a Wigan player, but John Holdsworth, Powell proving a real handful as Northern make one of the rare incursions into the Wigan territory. And the Wigan defence pushing Northern back. And the ball's been dropped. Probably tiredness creeping in now. They've had to do an awful lot of hard grafting out there. Wigan coming through from the play the ball. Wigan grouped tightly round the ruck, all very close together, grouped very tightly. They're going to be black and blue tomorrow, some of these lads. Referee going home to see what's happening in the tattle. Touch judge is on. Play carries on. Touch judge goes back to his line. Wigan taking it over the halfway line. The referee having to stand right on top of the players, seeing what's happening. Afraid that tempers might rise in the last few minutes. Edwards kicking behind the defence. Watson coming across for it, takes it well. Robinson has him, nails him as he takes the ball. Simpson running crossfield. And the man of the match has been named, Shaun Edwards, who's been in everything, got a vital try, has been named man of the match. 5 minutes to go. 15-2 to Wigan as Northern stick at it, trying to get a try on the board, and I'm sure that this great Wigan cup fighting team will not want them to even to get a try. Northern setting themselves up ready for the kick. Out it goes. There's a high one into the Wigan 25. Wigan happy to die with it, in possession. Wigan playing the timeout in this final, playing it safe. Ball tucked up the jumpers. And these Wigan pack have really played well against a huge northern set of forwards. Dermot, who's had a really good game, a good footballing game. Wigan, 5 tackles gone, bring it up almost up to the halfway line. Flung back for the kick to Joe Lydon. Joe Lydon belts it down the field over to the far corner. Watson going across. It's Watson and he really has had a magnificent game, but this time there's no way through for him. Wigan coming in hard, playing it right till the very last second. The second half not been all that spectacular, and here comes the gap and Wigan hanging on to them, trying to keep the line intact as once again they come surging for Northern now, coming hard at the Wigan line in these last minutes, keeping the ball moving, going for the line, turning inside, and they've scored! Northern are over. Pride, a certain amount of pride has been sown. McGowan, just reward for McGowan, goes over underneath the post. 15 points to 6. Well, Northern have stuck at it. They've really given their all. Right in the very last minute of normal time. Well, it looks as if Wigan were going to keep that line safe and solid. But, Northern, who've made some good clean breaks this afternoon, made that one pay off, and McGowan put the ball down in between the posts, leaving an easy kick. 15 points to 6. Northern supporters getting behind them, appreciating the efforts this afternoon. And that's over in the middle. 8 points to Northern, 15 to Wigan. Been a hard, tough game under appalling conditions. With a tremendous amount of rain, a gale force wind blowing, bitterly cold. 79 minutes on the clock as Wigan prepare to kick off. Well, both halves gone very much the same way, that Northern scoring right on the last minute of the normal times, scored right on half-time, scored again as this game comes to its end. Northern still driving forward and Wigan pushing them back. Along the 20-metre line, good passing. Wigan locking their arms, can't get the ball out. Wigan, of course, have played without Philip Clark for most of this game. Injured early doors, kick through comes to Wigan, gives them possession back. Wigan, there goes the hooter for the end of this final. Another cup on the sideboard for Wigan. Wigan were the winners, but they didn't find it easy. Wigan 15, Northern 8. Robinson getting the first try after 37 minutes, which was goal by Botica, and then right on the stroke of half-time, Hobbs pulled back a penalty goal. Wigan having opened the mouths. Early on in the second half, Edwards with a long arm managed to get the ball down. Once again it was Botica who scored. Hampson put the nail in the coffin, really, with a drop goal. That was a decisive kick. A good penalty goal from Botica. League champions, Premiership champions, Challenge Cup winners, last season's world champions. A tremendous record this side has had under John Mooney. John's last season with Wigan. One wonders if he can pull off a miracle again and take all of these trophies. And I said at the beginning of the game, the rugby world is waiting to see if anyone can wrest all these trophies away from Wigan, but they're finding it very, very hard. Northern put up a tremendous effort this afternoon, but it was Wigan. I would imagine that Prano Botica, a very proud man, not been playing very long, now has a full set of medals, and it must be a little bit frustrating for someone like Fox, who's played so long and still not got a winner's medal to show for it. Wigan, having lost Clark on the fire this afternoon, stuck to the task well. Territorially they had 90% of the game, but they found it hard to get the points on the board as Bradford defended well, but Wigan so well organised, so experienced in the big game, turn out worthy winners. And now it's the Wigan team to salute the loyal spectators. A tremendous set of spectators of Wigan One, the bigger gates than anybody else, turn up at all these matches.